got that that Jaws like quality to it, and while I do think it is better than Formidable Foe 1, I think it's only slightly better. It's going to be Formidable Foe top of D tier for me. As I said, and I'm going to keep reiterating because otherwise people are going to get upset with me. We are judging these very fucking harshly. Very harshly. So, next one is Old Warriors. I don't know if I've heard this one before. Search this one. No, that's definitely not it. Shut up. A lot of brass. Not the kind of brass that suggests royalty. But definitely of a high standing. It was actually quite nice. It's a very interesting piece. Who is this written by, actually? Yoshimi Kudo. Okay. I like it more than Formidable Foe 2 and 1. But I don't, not by much. I think it's quite enjoyable though, to be honest. Like, that's not a bad piece, but it, again, it doesn't have that sort of symbolism that the main bosses have, which I mean is fair because I believe it's a generic, like, sort of world event one. Alright. So the next one is Erdtree Knight. Right, here we go. Yeah, we're just gonna mute that for a second. Jesus Christ, bro. It's like you can't get through anything anymore without getting ads. Like, bloody hell. Ah, here we go. lot of brass. You know this thing is at least somewhat high ranking. A lot of brass. Is that they're using to make those slapping sounds? That's really quite interesting. But Erdtree Knights, you guys all know this piece from the start of the game, or at least I'm hoping you do. You run into the Erdtree avatar, and it comes in and just absolutely decimates you most of the time for most people. Now here's the thing: if I were to take in the fact that the Erdtree avatar is at the very beginning of the not the Erdtree avatar, the Erdtree Knight is at the very start of the game and gives the player a sense of, oh shit, I'm not ready for this, with the massive trumpet blasts and a huge amount of brass blaring out for them, I would actually rate this quite high, probably even A tier. And while I think it's better than Old Warriors, a lot better, I still think it's only B tier. It is a very, very good piece. If I were including like the things surrounding it, it'd be A tier. Tai Tomisawa for that one. Alright, next one. We have Fallen Knights. For Elden Ring. Let's see this. Yep. So you hear that tremolo in the background? Makes it feel a bit scary. Of course, you're facing the whatchamacallit, the Fell Omen's hands, whatever it is. Actually almost a bit playful, really. That is very nice. Yo, who the fuck was on the double bass? You were cooking. just repeat, does it? Yeah, this is it just repeating. Okay, alright. Yoshimi Kudo, once again. Loves his brass. Definitely does. Fallen Knights, I'm going to actually put... It is a good piece, but it's not my cup of tea, so I'm going to be putting it ahead of Foe 1 and behind Foe 2. D tier for me on that one. Alright, next one. We've got the Immured. The Immured. Sorry, brother. No can do. Right, the Immured. We are... Look, oh, Yuka Kitamura. Okay, lock in, gentlemen. Very Yuka-esque. This is extreme Yuka Kitamura. You can almost hear Gale in this. There's some standing in this. Raising brass. Sounds like marching to me. It's probably a warrior of some kind. I think this is the tune that gets played for, what are those things called? Oh, I forget. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the Immured. I actually really like this one. It's going directly in behind Erdtree Avatar. We'll say closest to the left is, like, best, and further right is worse. Alright, next one up. Grave Wardens. Ooh. Who have we got? Yuka Kitamura once again. This reminds me a bit of German. There's nothing really the same about it, but it's just the way she's doing certain things. You hear it quite a lot in German's theme. Right. Well, there's still more. Now it's starting to sound like Pond of Solomon. the sound of the hammer whacking off of things that the Grave Wardens carry. Wow, okay. Bro, honestly, it's going in front of Old Warriors in C tier. I really like that one. Alright. Next up, Death's Kindred. Who have we got for Death's Kindred? Oh, yeah. Get this one when facing those boat idiots and, I think also Deathrite birds. Very nice. Whoever they hired to play the double bass is just going off. This one for me is probably top of like bottom of C tier. I liked it, but I know we can do better. This one was also Yuki Kitamura. So let's go next one. Next one we've got is Dragon.
Do you have...
Rightio. Let's wait for the ad to cross. No. Yeah. Big brass, big thing coming at you. You can hear it, right? In the music, the footsteps and the... It's a little majestic, very high octane because you have those tremolos just hammering in. You can hear it with those brass coming in. Big steps, big thing coming to get you. Honestly, not bad. Another Yuka Kitamura, that one. So we're going to put this one. I'm going to put this the very top of C tier. Yeah. Top of C tier goes Dragon. Alright, next one. We've got Falling Star Beast. Now, this is one that I really haven't heard because whenever I'm fighting a Falling Star Beast, I'm shitting myself. I hate Falling Star Beast. Anyway. Got one by Shoi Miyazawa for this one. Those, like, very high voices kind of go with it, like saying that it's not from this world, which it's not. Stars. You can hear the star. What? No release? Eh? Fair enough. Alright, Falling Star Beast for me. I'm gonna put it just above Fallen Knight. Nothing really to do with the quality of the music, because once again, these are all very high quality, but it's just not my cup of tea. Rightio, next. We've got Red Wolf of Radigan.
And Business Navigators when it's such a...
Rightio. Wait for the ad to pass. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Ay, ay, ay. Right, here we go. You could probably tell by my face, but I did not really understand what this might honestly be our first F. The thing is, I really liked like the music itself, but it was way too short, one. Also, I just don't really know what the direction was. It kind of felt a bit all over the place, but that's probably just my musical ineptitude. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of D tier. I actually really liked the way it sounded, but it was just instructions unclear, if you will. Next one, Erdtree Avatar. All right, here we go. Is that a viola? Sounds a little low to be a violin. Again, probably just my ineptitude of maybe it is a violin? Can't really tell. Excuse me. Once again, whoever's on that double bass. They know how to pull bow. They know how to pull a bow. Jesus. That was interesting. It's definitely not my favorite, but I would say it's better than D tier. I'm going to put it at the bottom of C tier. Alright. Next one up, we've got, oh god, Godskin Apostles. Oh Lord have mercy. Remember, we're not paying attention to the bosses. Church-esque. Almost like a mass. Oh, dude, it's such a good piece, but it's ruined by that fat fuck rolling around. Very, very Catholic. sounds like almost like a really violent or like disgusting sort of reverence, maybe. It is very Christian though, like mass, like an aria mass. The whole, like, before it was more Christian than violence, and now it's just more violence than Christian. But it still kind of sounds like a mass or like an aria. Less and less so though. Just sounds very like violent. Which, I mean, makes sense. They are a violent bunch of bloody shit bosses. Oh, I like that. Oh, that was good. This reminds me a lot of Elisa by Mozart. Of course, there's probably better comparisons, but it's just the one that popped into my head. Yeah, very much an aria. I actually, like, minus the boss fight, we're not including the boss fight, that was very nice. That might be, that's our first S tier of the day, is Godskin Apostles. Who would have thunk it? That was very nice. I enjoyed that. Okay, next up, we've got Black Knives. God, the holding that low key, low note, whatever it is. This is Yuka Kitamura. As soon as you hear the bell, you just know. Is it actually? Yep, it is. Alright, cool. Very lonely, like someone's alone. And then they're joined up by a bunch of... Is this song describing the death of Godwin the Golden? Because that to me sounded like an injured person just kind of lost, and then all those voices rapidly coming towards him with that tremolo just sounds like death. I'm gonna, you know what? In spite of my probably wrong conclusions, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that behind Tree Knights. I enjoyed that. That was good. All right, next up, we're into a boss. We've reached the bosses. We've got the Fell Omen. All right, here we go. Tsukasa Saito. What is that? I don't think that's a double bass. Decent amount of brass. Not quite royalty brass though. It's not got grandeur. It's very, like, I almost want to say dirty. That's a bit more grandiose. There it is. It's not quite grand enough to be considered royalty, but it is very close. Which makes a good deal of sense for them. Someone of very, very high standard. And yet, he stands alone. It's like, it sounds like a forsaken, like, prince, or like, high, that sort of standing, not quite king or queen, but like a very, very high royal that's been forsaken by probably their country, which, I mean, makes sense for them. Oh, I like that at the end. Okay, immediately, this is going highest here. Immediately. That is such a good piece from Tsukasa Saito out here. That was very, very nice. Alright, next one. Omen Illusions. Alright. Let's see this. Shoi Mizawa. Sorry, Shoei Miyazawa. So this is Suamo's theme. Oh, you know I love a harpsichord. Oh, fuck yeah, play the shit out of that thing. Very old. You hear a harpsichord authentically old. Whatever you're fighting, whatever you're doing, is very, very old. Royal as well. Getting that royal thing from those. Psh, some form of like high standing. Maybe not in the earthly sense like we get with kings and queens, but some high standing, which again for Moog makes sense. Okay, that is Omen Illusion. I'm going to put that in probably the top of B tier. I really like that. I thought that was pretty good. Right, next one up, we've got Lord's Apparition. Right, this one is by Tai Tomisawa. So this is Goldfree. Again, that brass, that very high, very royal, very heroic sounding. This is a man of incredibly high standing. Little otherworldly as well. Which again makes sense because it's a fucking ghost. Very strong, heavy blows in this fight, which again, we all know to be true. There's that brass. Very, almost glorious. Not quite glorious, but royal. Very royal sounding. Very royal brass. Alright, Lord's Apparition, I'm going to put in the bottom of B tier. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put it above Black Knives. Very, very nice piece. I enjoyed that. Next up, one that I honestly haven't gotten to listen to because usually the thing's dead before the battle even begins. Regal Ancestor Spirit OST. Right, here we go. Oh. Oh, yes. How the fuck do you get the sound of a, like, moose? Very lonely though. Sounds almost North American. Like Mayan almost. That's a very interesting way of doing your vibrato. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yes. Oh, dude, it's almost otherworldly. It really is. Obvious direction to the music, but it also all kind of makes sense. Very nice. And now there's direction. Everything's going in one way. Oh, fuck me, yogurt. Please end the way I want you to. Bro, oh man. Oh man, that is our first S+ tier. Regal Ancestor Spirit. Who would have guessed? But here we are. Right. What a piece. Okay. Next one. Estelle. Natural Born. Alright, let's see this. Very scary. Rapid, like, whoop. Oh, yeah, not nice at all. Otherworldly, too. Kind of gross. Like, incorrect. When I say gross, I mean, like, incorrect. Something that exists but isn't meant to. Again, that it's like incorrect, but it's also, this thing is very high standing. Again. Out of all of the ones so far, that might actually be my least favorite. Once again, it's kind of like Red Wolf, and it's probably just my musical inaptitude. But it sounds nice, but I just can't discern where it's going towards the end at all. It's just odd, is what I would have to say. Right. Next one up, Ancient Dragon Lanciax. Right. Very high standing. Either very high standing or very dangerous. Could also be very big. Okay. Ancient Dragon Lanceax. I didn't like it. I'll be honest. This might actually be our first F tier. I did not like that. I thought it was very basic for Lanciax, and I know we're not taking bosses into consideration, but that's literally the only good thing I have to really say about it. It's definitely not for me. Maybe it's for you guys. Right, next one we have Lechagan Fortisax. Organ? Holy organ. Jesus. He stands alone too. I think that's a cello. Almost sad. Anyone knows that sequence from anywhere. Death. That's the death sequence. You hear those on an organ, you know it's bad. Not necessarily evil, which is, I mean, makes sense when you think about the boss, but it's interesting they took that direction. Almost heroic, really. Very big creature, again, makes sense. They have a big impacts. Now there's death and destruction, I guess. I don't know how he's managed to do this. Again, just no evil, no nothing, just Your almost heroism. There's just death in the background, though. You can hear it in the form of that organ. Glorious now. He's heroic. How the fuck do you manage to combine heroism with just death? Damn. Good delay. Wow. Okay. That I'm gonna put an A tier. I think the start's a little lacking, but the ending is very, very good. So that's our first A tier, Lich Dragon Fortisax. Alright, next up, we have good old pal and friend Godric Le Minecrafted. Shoei Miyazawa. Okay. Very high standing, but it's not like a correct high standing. A lot of brass, a lot of... But it's not a good kind. It doesn't give an air of royalty, even though it sounds royal. It gives an air of just gross, disgusting. Oh. That is really good. Drawback. Oh no, okay. Very scary, imposing, disgusting. Very interesting. A lot of brass, because he's a royal. He's not correct, but he is a royal. Is that the sound of the kids that he tortured screaming, is it? Oh, man. Okay. Godric the Grafted. Oh, boy. I'm going to put you above Godskin Apostles, but beneath Margit. It's a pretty good opening main boss fight. Right, next one. Renala. On my name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide of the last queen of Caria, Renala of the full moon, and the majesty of the night she conjureth. W quote. Good job, Rani. Right. Yuka Kitamura. Here we go. Lock in. It's very lullaby-ish. Very seductive. It's just pleasant, but it's slightly disturbing. Yuka's voice is just such a gift to this world, right? Thy fate lieth under my moon. It is very seductive. It is very... It's very embracing, it's very... Like, what I hear when I hear this is someone who is talking to you and you feel like you could just, without any question, trust exactly what they had to say. Which is why it's kind of airy and a little bit malicious. Hmm. I mean, look, again, we're not gonna think about the boss when we're doing this. I think it's a bit slow, to be honest. I think for a boss fight, I think even though you're trying to say, because the whole, I'm putting this in the bottom of A tier, just for mention it, but Renala seduced her way into the school, essentially. She made all of the people fall for her magic, essentially, is the law. And that's why she was able to control everyone. And that comes through really clearly in the music. But I feel like the music could have gone in a sort of more towards uh sort of more towards the whatchamacallit, the COS like set like theme. You know how the COS theme is really disturbing, but it starts off as quite a sweet like lullaby with tones underneath that are quite disturbing. Well, this is exactly what I think Renala's one kind of needed, because in reality what she's doing is incredibly disturbing. But yeah. Anyway, next one. We got a favorite amongst everyone. We've got Scarster Dradan. There you go. Alright, let's see this. Very, very, like, respected, heroic, glorious theme with slightly disturbing undertone. Sounds like an army marching. It's what I hear. And the battle's about to start. Big impact. Bang. Bang. The way I hear this is the guys singing represent like you and all the other people on the battlefield, and the instruments that are like big clashes bashing out is Radahn. battle's slowed, but it's much heavier. Really big impacts. Which makes sense because Radahn's now using gravity. Bro, it's so good. And I'm gonna actually show you this contrast. So keep that in mind that this sort of low, more when we're like going to look at the other Radahn thing later. Very nice resolution for a very great man. Shoya Miyazawa was the one who wrote this. And I'm going to give it the very, very top of S tier. That is a very, very good piece. Alright. Next one. We've got Morgott, the Omen King. Little bit of Moog in there. Makes sense, my brothers. But that also might be like the Omen curse talking. not quite like his father's because he himself, while he might be a king now, he's the king of something that is just a desolate place. I enjoy that one. I'm gonna put it at the very top of B tier, just in front of his brother's. Sorry, the Omen Illusion one. Very, very nice. All right, next one. One that I actually know I don't like, so I'm actually gonna skip it. We're gonna put God Devouring Serpent in the bottom of C tier. I don't like it. I don't want to listen to it. I'm sorry, I don't. Next one, Moog, Lord of Blood. Shoei Miyazawa again, bro. What was with Shoei popping off, bro? Fucking play the parts, cool. Wow, what is that? I've never heard that before. A lot of reverence in this. Which again, he is the Lord of Blood and does seem to chase the Formless Mother around quite a lot, so there you go. That woman's the Formless Mother talking to her. Very good piece. I rate Moog Lord of Blood pretty highly. I'm gonna put him just behind Starsco's Radun in S tier. Right. Up next we have oh god. Fucking fire giant. Fuck me. Okay, let's see this. Fucking fire giant. Fucking hairy fucking ballsack having ass. Right. Now, I want to just play this part again and tell me, alright, people who are probably a lot more musically apt than I am, do you hear the Melania? Like, Melania's theme goes, what was it? She opens up and she goes, da 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 da, and then this guy's goes sort of the same, but just much, much slower. I don't know. Because I know there is something to do with Melania and the giants because of her father, but that might actually even just be a theory. Who knows? Sounds like a reckoning, bro. I think that it is a cello playing, but I can't 100% tell if it's a cello or a viola. It doesn't sound. I'm gonna say it's a cello that represents the giant. So this all represents the god of fire or whatever it is. What is that? It's like going up and up in circles. Alright, that was Fire Giant. I don't particularly find this one too inspiring. I don't hate it, but it's not like the top of my town. I would put it maybe just. I'll put it at the top of C tier for Fire Giant. Okay. Next one we are looking at is Dragon Lord Placidusax. Very royal. Royal and scary as well, too. What is that I can hear in the background? It's like sand. Big heavy smack. Alright, that was Dragonlord Placidusax. Again, not my cup of tea. I think it's a good piece, but it's not like something I would openly just listen to all the time. I'm going to put it in the bottom of B tier, though. I do think it's better than Fire Giant's one. Alright, next up, we have... I've already listened to Beast Clergyman heaps of times. Nope. we are going to put this in A tier. I've already heard that way too many times. Right. Next up, we've got Millennia. Blade over McQueely. Well, wait for the ad to pass. Well, to be fair, we've had a good run when it comes to the ads. I'm not going to lie. All right. So listen to this part. Is that not the fire giant piece? Very, very royal theme. Very heroic as well. Very beautiful. Well, you know it, I know it, everyone knows it. Immediate S tier, and in fact, the higher one of the two. S plus for Millennia's theme. You knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Everyone knew it was going to happen. Alright, next one. We've got Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
TAB's safer betting tools makes taking a break from betting easy, even easier than leading a horse to water.
see how royal this sounds? Very, very royal sound. Lots of brass, big drums. God, it's such a good first phase. Very primal. Still royal, of course, but much more primal. Oh, that's such a good piece. All right, immediately going into highest tier. Yeah, actually, we're gonna put very top of S tier, just above Radahn. Rightio. Our next one is Dangerous Captive. We've entered the we've entered the DLC now, so this is where things get a little murky for me. I only played through the DLC once, and I really honestly thought it was a bit interesting, but alright, here we go.
Meet the new Ninja Swirl by Creamy.
I don't want to meet the new Ninja Swirl by Creamy. Jesus Christ. Is the thing that plays when you're fighting those like NPCs in the dungeons? Okay, so I think that is probably just like a another example of like call it like formidable foe 1 and 2, but for this. So I'm gonna put that with them. I'll probably put it slightly below them actually, because I didn't. It was a bit boring, that one, to be honest. I will be honest. All right, next one we've got is fucking Death Knights. Nope. Heard that one way too much also. That's going in bottom B tier. Sorry, D tier. Unlucky. Right. Next one is... Oh, fuck off with the Elder Inquisitor. Nope, I've heard that one way too much as well, but I did actually not mind it, so I'm going to put it in the bottom of A tier. Next, Divine Beast Dancing Line. That's another one I've heard way too much of. Way too much of. I'm going to put that in the bottom of B tier. I liked it, but not really the huge amount. Alright. Right, here we go. Twin Moon Knight. Now, this one, I was freaking out so much about Rolana that I couldn't really listen to the music, so... Here we go. Let's have a look. Tai Tomisawa again. Oh, beautiful. Ah, there it is. That's her Vanilla. Dude, this is so Pontiff Sullivan. I I would put it honestly similarly to her sister. Honestly, because they're not. It's better. I'm gonna put it above Beast Clergyman, but in behind Fortisax. I do think it's quite nice. Right. Shadow Tree Avatar. No, I am not. Nope. Heard that one as well. Way too much. That's bottom of C tier. Putrescent Knight. I didn't mind this one. I'm gonna put it S tier, bottom of S tier. Saint of the Bud. Alright, here we go. Ah, yes. Who was this one written by? Sakasa Saito. Okay. Fuck off, whoever was on that cello. God, beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. There's Little Melania. Little Melania. This is a variation of Melania as well. God. What a piece, bro. Holy moly. Alright, it's probably, like, no secret, but, again, S tier. Very much an S tier. Those United in Common Cause, we've heard this one a heap as well. Now this one is going in very top of S tier, is very, very good. Lord of Frenzied Flame, I actually don't like it all that much. I know a lot of people do, I don't personally. Bale the Dread is getting the top of B tier. I'm sorry, but I just don't like it that much. The Mother of Fingers. Now, from what I remember, this one was quite divided upon. I can't remember. Oh, I do know. Hold on. Yeah. No, I'm putting the top of A tier then. Yep. Top of A tier. Mesmer the Impaler. This one is going immediately up into high S tier, just ahead of his supposed father. And the Promised Consort. I might actually just take a listen to that one. See if I remember it correctly. Alright. Listen for this, by the way. Remember how I told you before to listen for, when we were listening to this, for the little noise he makes? The guy makes? See how different it is? See how much more glorious it is? Very glorious. Oh, man. Hold up. We gotta stop. Hold on. Listen. Do you hear how high those blokes are singing? Hold on. Let's have a listen to this again. Listen to them in the background. That's insane. Bro, nah. There are not many men who can sing that high. Very few men. That is very, very impressive. Please get him back from Soft, whoever that guy is. Right, because this one's a bit long, I am going to just move it forward a bit. Comes old Mickley. Mikla really is just such a disturbing character, man. in my humble opinion, one of the best pieces of music FromSoft has ever crafted is this sequence. Not the whole piece, this sequence. It's so good, that sequence. Unfortunately, not all of the piece holds up. Most of it does, some of it doesn't. So it is getting the bottom of S+ tier, just in behind Regal Ancestor Spirit. Right, our two finals. We've got the final battle and Elden Ring. Now, ultimately, these two are pretty similar, so I'm just going to be doing the final battle. Now, by Sakasa Saito. Hear that grandeur? He is an Elden Lord after all. You can hear right here. You can hear right there, that was the Elden Ring being shattered. And now you can hear him trying to repair it. It's a neat little Easter egg within it. America, that is, breaking it. Him mending it. You can hear the anvil strikes. Dude, her voice is just both so haunting and so, like, it's so good. It's both angelic and haunting, and depending on how you could use it, I suppose it could also just be scary as well. I believe the lady who sings this is a Hungarian woman. Very, very beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Okay, listen to me, alright? That part there, that small part is my favorite piece, like part of this games like OST ever. I think it is so perfect for what it is. Like, and I'm going to rack on about this because it's impossible how they did it. Because it contradicts itself. The way in my mind this sounds, hold on, I'll play it again. That right there, that little part sounds to me, if I had to describe it in a way that makes sense to me, but probably no one else, like you're standing directly in front of something that is a million miles away. Like that is the only way I can say it. And to be honest, I'd say it's pretty good coming from a room temperature IQ person. I mean, like I can't fathom how they managed to get that out of me. But for something like the Elden Beast, it is perfect. I mean, listen to it again. Listen to it again. That little phrase. I'm going to play it again. And think about the phrase. You are. Imagine you are just not on Earth. You are in the middle of space, right? And there is this giant thing in front of you. Doesn't have to be the Elden Beast. Can be some sort of cosmic object, but it is massive. You're right in front of it, but it is so massive, and you are like millions and millions away, miles away from it. You're standing directly in front of something a million miles away. Is the best way I can put this. Let's listen to it again. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. Dude, her voice is immaculate. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, as for where I'm going to be placing these two, the regular Elden Ring soundtrack can go at the very bottom of regular S tier. The final battle can go right at the top of S tier here. Very, very well deserving. So here's the tier list in this order: Melania, Saint of the Bud, Regal Ancestor Spirit, The Promised Consort, The Final Battle, Mesmer, Godfrey, Those United in Common Cause, Star Scourge Radahn, Moog Lord of Blood, Margit, Godric the Golden, or Grafted, whatever it is, Godskin Apostles, Putrescent Knight, Elden Ring, The Mother of All Fingers, Lich Dragon Fortisax, The Twin Moon Knight, The Lord of Frenzied Flame, Beast Kurgiman, Renala, the Elder Inquisitor, Bale the Dread, Morgott, the Omen King, Omen Illusion, Erdtree Knights, Erdtree's Apparition, or Erdtree's Apparition. maybe, I don't know. Black Knives, the Immured, Dragon Lord Placidusax, Divine Beast Dancing Lion, Fire Giant, Dragon, Grave Warden, Old Warriors, Fire, Erdtree Avatar, Death's Kindred, God Devouring Serpent, Shadow Tree Avatar, uh, Formidable Opponent 2, Falling Star Beast, Fallen Knight, Formidable Opponent 1, Dangerous Captive, Red Wolf of Radigan, Astal Natural Born of the Void, Death Knight, and Ancient Dragon Lanciax right at the bottom. So there's my list. It is the correct list. And if you say otherwise, you're just incorrect. So that's be all for today. I was going to do Jump Scare Myers, but you've probably seen it. I am actually fucking exhausted, and it's getting way too hot to be in here. So I'm going to call it quits. I might end up streaming later on if I have a bit of time. If I don't, I'll see you when I see you. Catch up. Bye.